Carter, what's going on? Where are you? Today's Sally's choir concert? You knew about that. We said we were going to meet at the entrance to the auditorium, but you're still not here. The concert is going to start any minute now.
Oh, yeah, that. Sorry, babe, I'm not gonna make it.
You what? You're not going to make it? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Sally's choir concert. You're the one who brought it up. I'm not gonna be able to come after all. Something important came up.
Something important? You're not just going to get away with leaving it at something. You need to be more specific. And it had better be pretty important if it takes priority over attending your daughter's school choir concert like you promised you would. Sally was ecstatic when I told her that you promised you would come this time.
Nah, she won't care that I'm not there. She probably won't even notice from up on stage. And if you must know, there's something my parents wanted me to do for them. Do you want me to just turn down a request from my own parents?
That's not specific. You're still using the word something. Tell me what's going on right now.
Fine, geez, calm down, would ya? My parents asked me to go on a trip with them.
A trip?
Yep, and our plane just touched down a little bit ago. You understand, don't you? They really wanted me to come with them. It's been a while since we spent some quality time together. Oh, and I also decided that I'd pay for all of our plane tickets and hotel stays.
Wait. Are you being serious right now? How are you going to pay for all of that? You don't even have enough money to pay for a night at a rundown motel. Really, if we're including your debt in the calculation of how much money you have, you're thousands of dollars in the hole as things stand.
Oh, please, did you really think I'd have a plan to deal with that?
A plan? Oh God, no. Carter, don't tell me. Did you borrow even more money? We've been through this multiple times. If you really need money, you can borrow it from me. Don't go and borrow from any more shady cash advance places.
What else am I supposed to do when I need cash on the fly? Besides, you usually tell me no whenever I ask for money. But not to worry, babe. I didn't borrow any money this time around.
I don't believe you for 1 second. You said you're paying your parents' way too. How in the world could you possibly come up with that much money without borrowing anything? First things first, tell me where you are.
Will do, Claire. We're in beautiful Guadalajara, Mexico. You wouldn't believe how great the weather is over here.
You're in Mexico?
I sure am, and it's absolutely fantastic. What, did you think I was going to take paid time off just to go to some local tourist trap? Not a chance. Be sure to take pictures and videos of the choir concert for me. Oh, and by the way, I borrowed your credit card.
You told me you took that paid time off so that you wouldn't have to work and could go to Sally's concert. Hey, wait a second. You borrowed my credit card? You never asked me for my permission.
Yeah, and? I'm just borrowing it. Don't worry, I'll give it back to you when I'm done.
I don't believe this.
What's your problem, anyway? This is better than me borrowing money from some shady loan shark or something, isn't it? I mean, you literally just said it yourself. You'd rather me borrow money from you than borrow it from anyone else, right?
That is not the issue right now, so stop pretending that it is. You stole my credit card. What is wrong with you, Carter?
Excuse me? That's ridiculous. I didn't steal anything from anyone. We're married. That means all of our assets are shared. That includes the house, the car, our bank accounts, and your credit card. Now I'd like an apology if you wouldn't mind.
Don't hold your breath. You're nothing but a dirty, rotten thief.
Say what now? Here I am paying for a luxurious vacation for my parents, being the best son in the entire world for them, and you're gonna sit there and call me a dirty, rotten thief?
You're not paying for anything. You just said you're using my credit card. And don't expect me to compliment you for skipping out on Sally's big day to go on a luxury vacation.
Her big day? Come on, Claire, this is a freaking elementary school choir concert. I don't really feel like spending my precious day off listening to a bunch of brats singing Mary Had a Little Lamb out of tune. Maybe if they would have allowed alcohol in the building during the concert, it might be tolerable. But no, they have to be all like, no, you can't drink alcohol in front of children. It'll be a bad influence on them. What a bunch of goody two-shoes.
This isn't about going to hear a professional musical performance. It's about going to support our daughter. She and the rest of her classmates have been practicing for this concert for months.
Wow, Claire, I thought that nothing could possibly be more boring than going to some stupid school choir concert, but you've proven me wrong. Reading your angry texts is way more boring. Fortunately for me, though, I can just put my phone down and ignore you. You, however, have to sit through a full hour of nails on a chalkboard, so good luck with that. Oh, and by the way, I'll need to borrow some more money from you when I get back. Has to be in cash, too. Think you could go ahead and take out a couple G's for me?
Don't count on getting back here in one piece, Carter.
Uh-oh, somebody's angry. I'm so scared. Okay, I'm gonna go enjoy the sights with my folks later, Claire.
Well, you're in luck. I just so happen to have made a very useful connection in Guadalajara recently. You made a connection in Guadalajara? How? It's a long story, dear. I'll have to tell you about it sometime. The important thing is, though, that I know someone on the ground in Guadalajara, and I think they might just come in handy for us in this situation. He's the kind of person who knows exactly how to deal with scumbag loser jerks who would skip out on their daughter's choir concert to go on a vacation. That's kind of scary, if I'm being honest. What are you gonna do to him? I mean, I already called the credit card company and had my card canceled. I think that should teach him his lesson. Oh, don't be ridiculous, dear. He's already in Guadalajara right now, isn't he? That means he'll still be able to enjoy himself while he's there. Well, yeah, but without any money to spend, it's gonna be pretty hard to have much fun. Don't you think that's enough? Of course it's not enough. Just removing his source of funds won't really teach him his lesson. We need to rub it in his face. Make him curse the day that he ever got the idea to go on this trip. Think about it. If I steal your money and then give it back to you, does that make us even? No, not in the slightest. A thief needs to be punished beyond simply returning what was stolen. I guess I understand where you're coming from, but what are we gonna do about it? You can leave that to me. All you need to do is think about how angry you are at him. That will make the delicious plan for revenge I came up with even more satisfying. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm 18 years old again. This is going to be the most fun I've had in years. Did you use foreign connections to exact revenge on deadbeat men when you were 18? If you ask me, Mom, I'd say you're enjoying this whole thing a bit too much. Quite the contrary. I'm going to be enjoying this far more once my plane actually gets into motion. That vile man disrespected my daughter and my granddaughter. I'm not going to allow him to get away with this. I'm only doing what any mother would do in my position. I don't think many mothers have connections in Guadalajara, but I do appreciate you wanting to help me. Just promise me you won't go too far, okay? Please now, dear. What are you worrying about him for? What happened to that righteous fury you had just a few minutes ago? Don't go getting all soft on me. I should have him thrown into the sea at Puerto Vallarta. Ah, on second thought, no. The water there is so lovely. We can't throw a filthy man like Carter into such beautiful water. We'll have to find some dirtier water to drop him into. Okay, no, not gonna happen. No one is getting dropped into any water. I'm plenty angry at him, but if we get revenge on him and then end up getting arrested, what good is it gonna do us? Ha! Have no fear, my dear. We won't get arrested. We'll never even get caught. That is not reassuring at all, Mom. That reminds me, why on earth haven't you divorced that man by now? He can't even hold down a steady job for more than a few months. He's a total good-for-nothing. Not only that, he's up to his eyeballs in debt. I know that, but I still have Sally to think about. Now, don't use your poor daughter as an excuse for your inaction. If it's Sally you're worried about, the best thing for her is for you two to get as far away from that man as possible. Every single time he goes and does something terrible to you, what do? Come to me and complain. And what do I tell you? To kick him to the curb and move on with your life. But what do you do? Absolutely nothing. You just come back again in a few days to complain to me again. And now look where it's gotten you. He's living it up in Guadalajara with your credit card, and you're complaining to me again. You're right. I've been dragging my feet for far too long. I'm sorry about all the trouble I've caused you. You don't need to apologize to me, sweetheart. You're the victim here. I haven't forgotten that. I just want you to remember that part of your responsibilities as Sally's mother is to protect her, and that requires decisive action. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. Understand? Yeah, Mom, I understand. Let's do this. That's what I was waiting to hear.
Hey, what gives? Why doesn't your credit card work anymore? Did you forget to pay the bill last month or something?
No, I would never do something as careless as that. I called the card company and had it deactivated.
You did what? Why would you do that? We were planning to use that card the whole time we're over here. Without it, we're stranded. We'll have no way to buy or do anything.
I'm sorry, is any of that my problem? No, it's yours. It's my credit card and I can do whatever I want with it. If I want to have it deactivated, I have every right to do so.
Would you think about someone other than yourself for a change? We need that card to pay for the food we're eating right now. What are we supposed to do now?
I don't know. Pay for it yourself?
Have you been paying attention? We don't have any cash. I don't even speak any Spanish. I haven't studied it since I was in middle school.
Well, I guess you'd better try really hard to remember what you learned then.
Now's not the time for jokes, Claire. I need you to call up the card company and have your card reactivated right now. If not, then there's nothing I can do but eat and run.
I hate to break it to you, but I can't do that. That card has been permanently disabled. I couldn't even reactivate it if I wanted to.
What?
I reported it lost, so they permanently deactivated it and are going to send me a new one. So all that card is anymore is a useless piece of shiny plastic.
You have got to be kidding me! I guess that settles it then. We're just gonna have to make a run for it!
No way, are you serious? Are you actually gonna eat and run? If you can't speak Spanish yourself, either call the police to help you or use your phone to look up a translation. Do anything but eat and run.
That wasn't so hard. We outran the old man who ran that cafe like nothing. Even my mom and dad were able to outrun him. He should hire someone younger to work with him, or else everyone's just gonna run away to avoid paying their bills.
Fortunately, I think people like you are in the minority in this world, so you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
I wish I would have come up with that idea earlier. If all of the shop owners around here are as slow as that guy is, we won't have to pay for anything during this vacation.
This really is a new low for you, Carter. You've reduced yourself to nothing but a common criminal.
I am not a criminal. We got away, didn't we? There's no way they'll catch us. I guess I do need to have some cash on hand just in case, though. I wonder where the loan sharks hang out in Guadalajara. I guess I'll have to ask the locals if I can find some that speak English. Do you speak Spanish, Claire? How do you say I need to borrow money in Spanish?
For the love of God, Carter, are you really going to make yourself into an international debtor?
What are you so worried about? Think about it. If I take out a loan while I'm here and then go back home before it comes due, what are they gonna do about it? You think they're gonna send guys all the way into the heart of America to collect on a couple $1,000 debt? They'd spend more on airplane tickets.
You're in Mexico, Carter. The cartels run everything there. If you stiff them on their debt, they're going to skin you alive, literally. It wouldn't be the first time they've done it either. You can find videos of that stuff on the internet. Yeah, did you forget that you just committed one crime and are talking about committing another right in front of your parents?
They're totally cool with it, actually. They said running away from the cafe guy was the most exciting thing they've done in years.
I suppose the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
So yeah, we're gonna keep having fun over here for a while longer. I bet you thought you got some revenge on me, but too bad for you, you failed!
Whatever. Your fate, however terrible, is in your own hands now.
Actually, the next thing that's gonna be in my hands is a burrito and a beer. Ha! That was easy. I just got my hands on a couple $1,000 worth of cash. They didn't even ask for my ID.
So you actually borrowed more money, huh?
Yep, the guy I borrowed from was super cool about everything. He even spoke perfect English. He said he operates a special lending service for tourists. Isn't that great?
I don't believe you. You mean to tell me he just handed over the money with no strings attached?
Well, I did have to sign a contract, but that's not going to do him much good once I leave the country. What American court is going to enforce this contract? I didn't even read the stupid thing, just signed it, and whammo, I got my hands on a big stack of cash.
You are a very special combination of morally and intellectually destitute, Carter.
Are you trying to tell me I'm dumb? How can you after what I pulled off? I'm enjoying a luxury vacation in Guadalajara for free.
Maybe for now, but I have a sneaking suspicion that you're about to make a very sudden transition from living on Cloud 9 to the deepest bowels of hell.
That's a long way to say that you're a sore loser and jealous. Anyway, have fun at the stupid choir concert. Oh, and don't forget your earplugs.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Claire, I think I might be in just a wee bit of trouble over here.
Oh yeah? What else is new? Go ahead, tell me all about how badly you screwed up this time.
Okay, well, last night I was at the bar for a while, and a couple of locals were playing poker, so I figured that I'd get in on the action. You don't need to speak Spanish to play poker, right? So we were playing for a while, and after a while I looked down and I realized that I had lost a bit of the money I borrowed yesterday.
A bit? How much is a bit?
All of it?
Oh my god, Carter.
I thought the best thing for me to do would be to lay low for the rest of the day in my hotel room and then hightail it back home. But the guy that I borrowed money from is standing outside the hotel. He's been there all day. I know for sure he's waiting for me.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty safe bet. He doesn't want you to skip town without paying him back.
And it's not just him. There are a bunch of other guys with him, too. They've all got a bunch of tattoos. They're probably all with the cartels. What should I do?
I'd say the best way to resolve the situation would be to just pay him back. You made a deal to borrow money, didn't you? It was a loan, not a gift.
You know I can't pay him back. I don't have any money. That's the reason I borrowed from him in the first place.
I don't think him, his friends, or the torture devices they're going to use on you care about your ability to pay him back.
Don't talk like that. I'm terrified enough as it is. Oh no, what am I gonna do? Wait a second, I just got a message from your mom?
Good afternoon, Carter. I trust you know what this message is in regards to. My associates and I have come to collect on your debt immediately.
What the? Meredith, what's going on? I know it's you.
You gave us the phone numbers of your contacts, didn't you? We took over your mother-in-law's account in order to speak with you. We're waiting for you outside the hotel. I suggest that you come down here as quickly as possible. Our patience has its limits.
I don't buy it. You're just trying to scare me. I'll tell you what, if this is really you standing outside the hotel, then clap your hands 3 times right now.
You got it. Are you watching?
Oh no, it really is you. Hey, can we talk about this? I mean, sure, I borrowed that money from you, but that was just yesterday. You can't expect me to pay back that much money in just one day.
The contract that you signed clearly states that we have the right to collect on your debt whenever we please. You did read the contract before signing it, didn't you?
Of course I did. I must have accidentally skipped over that part.
You weren't planning to skip town to avoid paying back what you owe us, were you? Is that why you didn't think to read the contract before signing?
Don't be ridiculous. I would never think of doing such a cowardly, despicable thing.
I'm very glad to hear that, Carter. Now then, since we're both clear on the fact that this contract's terms are binding, we can proceed with the repayment. We're waiting for you in the hotel lobby. Make sure to bring the full amount with you.
Wait! I can't repay you right now. I need more time.
The terms stated we can collect whenever we please, and we're collecting today. If you refuse, then we'll have no choice but to resort to more drastic measures.
More drastic measures? What are you gonna do to me?
Exactly what we always do to deadbeats like yourself who try to steal money from us. You've heard about our videos from the internet, haven't you? I think in your case, we might just use a chisel, hacksaw, and a blowtorch.
Oh my God, no! Please! This can't be happening to me! You seemed like such a nice guy yesterday!
Yesterday, you were a customer. Think about it. A supermarket employee greets shoppers with a smile, but all that changes should the shopper decide to become a shoplifter.
Well, yeah, but that just means calling the police. I don't know of any supermarkets who use chisels, hacksaws, and torches on shoplifters.
We're not a supermarket, Carter. You know what we were when you signed that contract. If it's too much trouble to ask you to come down to the lobby and talk, then we can always simply ask our friend at the hotel to let us into your room.
No, that's all right. I couldn't ask you gentlemen to come all the way up here.
Isn't that considerate of you? Then we can expect you down here with the money in 3 minutes.
Right. But before I do that, could I ask you a question? Let's say, hypothetically, of course, that I don't have the money. What happens then?
Hypothetically, we would make you into an internet celebrity in a video alongside your co-stars. A chisel, a hacksaw, and a blowtorch. Now, your 3 minutes are officially up, Carter. We'll be coming up to your room now.
No! Please don't! I'm begging you!
Exactly how long are you planning to keep running and hiding? I heard that you just ran away from the debt collectors. I think you understand that you're only making things worse for yourself at this point.
Worse? How can things get any worse than being the star of the next cartel torture video? Besides, everything's going to turn out just fine. Those guys are gonna barge into the hotel room, find only my parents there, and realize they made a mistake. Then once they leave to look for me elsewhere, I'll go back, meet up with my parents, head for the airport, and then we'll be home free.
Wait a second, you mean to tell me you left your parents behind?
Yeah, I can move faster on my own. Besides, my parents don't know about me borrowing that money, so they'll be more believable when the debt collectors talk to them.
This is insane. You are, without a doubt, the slimiest little weasel in existence. Didn't you say you wanted to spend some quality time with them?
Yeah, and we did spend a lot of quality time together. Now it's their turn to repay me for paying for their trip by talking down those debt collectors for me.
I don't know what to say, Carter. You're just scum.
What was I supposed to do? Wait around for them to kidnap me and record themselves doing all the worst things imaginable to me? Is that what you want to happen to me?
This isn't about what I want to happen. Don't try to blame me for this. This is all because of what you did.
Oh no! That guy from before, he's here!
Oh boy, you mean he found you already?
How could this happen? There's no reason he would know that I was here. I ran as fast as I could out of that hotel and turned into a side alley to hide.
Okay, slow down, Carter. What exactly is going on right now?
I'm hiding here in the alley, and I can see the debt collector from before walking right toward me. Oh no. Did my mom and dad do this to me? That has to be it. They must have given him their phones.
What are you talking about?
It's all of our first times out of the country, and we were worried about getting lost. So we got an app on all of our phones that lets us track each other wherever we go with GPS data. I can see him now. He's definitely holding my mom's phone.
Can you blame them? It was likely either they sell you out or they would be the ones in the next cartel video instead of you. And considering the fact that you bailed on them to run and hide, I'd say it was a pretty easy decision for them to make.
This is the worst! How could they betray me like this?
Again, Carter, you betrayed them first.
Claire, you have to do something! It's only a matter of time before he finds me!
I don't have to do anything. This is your problem. Figure it out yourself.
How can you say that? We're husband and wife. We made vows to support each other.
You broke your end of the bargain a long time ago. Also, we're not going to be husband and wife for much longer.
You don't mean... Claire, please, don't do this to me! Don't abandon me!
That really was the most fun I've had in years. Mom, who in the world was that someone on the ground in Guadalajara you were talking about? Oh, him? I just so happened to become acquainted with a loan shark in Guadalajara a while back. He's such a polite young man. Once I explained my situation to him, he said he'd be thrilled to help me out however he could. So you and that loan shark came up with a plan to lend Carter money and use that to threaten him? Threaten him? My goodness, dear, you got it all wrong. Carter is an absolute slime bucket who thinks he can wiggle his way out of any and all of his responsibilities. It's my job as his mother-in-law to teach him that he can't get away with that forever. I don't think most mother-in-laws use black market connections to teach their son-in-laws a lesson, but okay. So what's gonna happen to Carter now? Simple. He'll remain there in Guadalajara and work off the debt he incurred. That's all. Oh, and he and his parents will also have to face the consequences for stiffing that cafe on their lunch bill. And you really managed to convince Carter that you were a loan shark that took over his mother-in-law's account? I'm surprised he didn't figure out it was you. Why be so surprised? It's me we're talking about, isn't it? You know that your mother is a force to be reckoned with. Trust me, I am very aware. Now, more than ever. In any case, I'm pretty positive that Carter will finally learn his lesson after this. Thanks a lot, Mom. I'll try to be more decisive from now on. But if I ever get in trouble again, I know just who to call on. And just like that, Carter was stuck working in Guadalajara until he paid off his debt. His parents got off easy. They just had to pay back the cafe owner they stiffed, then they were allowed to go home. They didn't seem to be too broken up about leaving Carter behind. Even if Carter ever makes it back home, however, he won't be in for much fun. He still has his debts to local loan sharks to worry about, and I'm divorcing him. I'm grateful to my mom for making me see that I need to be more decisive, for both Sally's benefit and my own. I still have to wonder, though, how in the world did she hook up with a loan shark in Guadalajara? Hello there, Megan. I wanted to talk to you about the family vacation we're planning. I found an absolutely incredible resort that we have to go to. It's in the middle of the woods and close to a lovely river. There are so many places to play and explore. It'll be perfect for our summer vacation. Wow, that does sound nice. Thanks for looking for a good spot for me, Glenda. What? For you? Don't be ridiculous. I didn't find it for you. It was for my granddaughter. Excuse me? You're absolutely nothing to me, but Erica has Kurt's blood in her veins. That makes her family. One has to take care of their family, you know. I'm nothing to you, eh? I guess I should be used to this by now. You always talk to me like this. Is there anything I could possibly do to get you to accept me as a member of your family? It's not a matter of me accepting you or not. You simply aren't family. Families are bound together by one thing and one thing only: blood. Really? How cruel can you be, Megan? What? Cruel? Have I said anything cruel to you? Don't play dumb. You just told me that I was an awful grandmother. Huh? No, I didn't. What are you talking about? You might not have said it, but you were thinking it. I could tell from the way you said, "You always talk to me like this." It was so filled with spite. I felt a chill run down my spine. Ugh, this is why I try to limit my interactions with non-family as much as possible. You're not making sense. To you, maybe, but my family understands. When we go on our trip, you can drop Kurt and Erica off at the resort, then go right back home. You wouldn't want to spend a week with me in a secluded resort anyway, would you? Oh, Megan, I really wish things could be different between us, but I can see that you're simply determined to hate me. It's only natural, I suppose. Women never get along with their mother-in-laws. It's jealousy, honestly. You can't handle the fact that Kurt pays any women other than yourself attention, so you lash out at me. And without a husband of my own to defend me, I'm left completely alone to deal with your cruelty. You're taking this way too far, Glenda. Anyway, I'll tell Kurt about the resort. And she said she'll handle the reservations and everything, so I figured it's fine. We'll go to the place she wanted.
That's probably for the best. You picked the location last year, and she did nothing but complain the whole time. She'll have no room to complain if she picks the place herself.
I did check out the resort, and it actually seems like it's really nice. Incredible, honestly. It's in an absolutely gorgeous wooded area. I have to hand it to your mom. She's got incredibly good taste in vacation destinations.
Yeah, she's always loved taking trips, so she knows a ton of sites to find good deals on nice hotels and stuff. It's just too bad about, every single other aspect of her personality.
Your mom has some really strong feelings about family, huh?
You can say that again. I mean, it's not exactly a bad thing to be devoted to one's own family, but she kinda does it to an obsessive degree.
Do you think it might have something to do with her parents getting divorced?
I'm positive that has something to do with it. I remember her telling me that her parents had a pretty nasty divorce when she was young, and then she had a nasty divorce of her own. There's a lot of stuff about her personality that I have to force myself to overlook because she's Erica's grandmother and all. But if it were just me, I wouldn't want to spend much time with her. It's not that I'm afraid she'll do something crazy or anything, but man, there's just something discomforting about her obsession with family.
And you're the only other family member in her life right now. It must have been hard dealing with her for all these years.
Oh, you don't even know half of it. Anytime anything happens even slightly different from her ideal mental picture, she starts up the waterworks. I'm grateful for her working so hard to raise me as a single mom, but all of her emotional blackmail is too much. Seriously, I don't even want to know what she'd do if I ever tried to go against her on something she thought was important.
She's always been pretty cold and harsh to me, but when you consider her obsession with family, it makes sense. I married into her family after all. But if you, her only child, ever tried to oppose her, good grief, there's no telling what she'd do.
It would be a total nightmare situation, that's for sure. Anyway, it won't do us any good to sit here complaining about my mom's peculiarities. Let's just focus on making this summer vacation as fun as possible for Erica.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's the most important thing. Besides, if she ever does something really crazy, then I could just cut off the financial support we're giving her. Like, you want to be crazy? Okay, fine. You can pay for your own rent, utilities, food, etc. I know you have a hard time being frank with her, but I have no such reservations.
You got that right. That whole hell have no fury thing could have been written about you. You're a powerful ally, but you'd be an absolutely terrifying enemy.
And don't you ever forget that. But yeah, I always knew, from even before our wedding, that me marrying you meant that somewhere down the road, I would have a showdown with your mom. And I'm always prepared to have it when the time comes.
How did I manage to land such a strong, kind, and beautiful woman for a wife?
Glenda, I'd like an explanation for this if you have one. An explanation? For what, Megan? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Don't play dumb. Why didn't you include me when you made the reservation? The receptionist at the front desk looked confused when we tried to check in. He said the reservation said it was a party of 3, 1 senior citizen woman, 1 adult male, and 1 child. I'm not sure what you need to have explained for you. It all seems quite straightforward to me. I made a reservation for myself, Kurt, and Erica. Really, what are you so confused about? I told you this was a family vacation, didn't I? And you aren't family. I've been very clear on that fact, so I don't know why you thought you would be able to impose yourself on our family vacation. This is inexcusable, Glenda. I'm Erica's mother. How can you deny me the ability to be there with my daughter? She's got 1 parent with her, doesn't she? Kurt and I are more than enough for her. Now, if I've made myself clear, could you please be on your way? Poor little Erica is exhausted from the car ride here, and she needs to get some rest. This is going to be such a wonderful family vacation, and the best part, no clingy tag-alongs will be here to get in our way. That does it. I've had all that I can take from you, Glenda. Excuse me, don't even think about trying to play the victim card against me. I've tried, Megan. Really, I have. I've been as kind and gentle with you as anyone could ever be, but you just don't get it. I guess I have no choice but to be direct then. You are not family. You have no business coming with us on this family vacation, and you will not be staying at the resort with us. Go and pitch a tent somewhere in the woods for all I care, but you're not staying here. Not family, huh? Okay, fine. Then you could kiss your financial support goodbye. What? You know, the money we send you each month to help you pay your bills. All of that money comes out of my paycheck. But since you say I'm not your family, I guess I have no reason to be sending my hard-earned money to some random old woman. So I won't be sending you a single cent ever again. Hold it right there. You mean to tell me that all the money that I've been receiving up until now, that was your money? That's right. I was the one sending you that money. I don't believe this. Believe it or not, it's happening, and you have no one to blame but yourself. If you need money, you can get yourself a job. How could you do such a filthy, disgusting, nauseating, putrid thing to me? I feel like I'm going to be sick. Yeah, I'll bet this comes as a shock to you. I can't believe you're treating me as some sort of charity case when you're not even family. This is the absolute worst day of my life. You're telling me that all the money I've been using to buy my groceries came from your filthy, unclean hands? I'll have to throw out everything in my refrigerator the second I get home. You've always been a terrible, lowly woman, Megan, but this is quite possibly the cruelest thing you've ever done to me. Hold on, I figured you'd be upset. I thought you'd be more upset that I was cutting you off, not that I was sending you money in the first place. I've never been so humiliated in my entire life. You did this deliberately, didn't you? You knew how much I despised you, and yet you sent me that money anyway. And worse, You lied to me and told me it was from Kurt. Oh my god, I bought these clothes with your money too. I'll have to burn these vile rags. Whoa, Glenda, I think you need to take a second to calm down. Calm down? How can I calm down now that I know that my entire house is littered in things I bought with your money? Look, I think I've excited you enough for one day, so just know that we're leaving right now. I'll pay the cancellation fees for Kurt and Erica, so you can go ahead and spend the week here by yourself. I think you could use some personal time to settle down. Just don't go setting any fires in the resort or in the forest, okay? Glenda, I will only tell you this once. Bring Erica back to our house this very instant. I just went to Erica's daycare to pick her up, but imagine my surprise when she wasn't there. Not only that, her teacher told me that her grandmother had picked her up already. And for the evil, manipulative cherry on top, you even called her daycare pretending to be me in order to give yourself permission? All I've done is what any good grandmother would do to protect her granddaughter. What you've done is called kidnapping. Tell me where you are right now. In the meantime, I'm heading over to your house right now. Don't you dare do anything to Erica. You'll have to pry her from my cold, dead fingers. I would never allow such a deceitful, evil woman as you to be in charge of my granddaughter. What are you talking about? You've been giving me your disgusting, filthy money for years, all the while pretending that it was actually Kurt's money instead of your own. It's clear to me that you lack the sort of moral fiber needed to raise a child properly. As such, from this day forward, I will be raising Erica in your place. Not to worry, Megan. I'll take proper care of her and make sure that she doesn't become a sadistic, twisted, devious little wretch like you. You've crossed the line, Glenda. I won't let you get away with this. I demand that you return my daughter to me.
Megan, I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I just got out of a meeting and the secretary told me you needed to talk to me and it was urgent. What's going on?
Oh, thank God, Kurt. You won't believe this. Your mother has kidnapped our Erica.
What? Kidnapped? What in the world?
She called Erica's daycare and pretended to be me and told them Erica's grandmother was going to pick her up early. I'm at your mom's house right now. I can hear Erica's voice calling for me, but no matter how many times I ring the doorbell, your mom won't open. Not only that, she's telling me that she's going to call the police on me.
Okay, I understand the situation. I'm gonna talk to my boss, tell him I have a family emergency, and take the rest of the afternoon off. For the time being, I want you to head over to my lawyer's office. You remember the place, right?
What? Yeah, I do remember, but why your lawyer's office?
I'm gonna put an end to my mom's interference in our lives once and for all. I've been talking to my lawyer about it for a while, and I think we've come up with a foolproof plan to make sure she never bothers us again.
But what about Erica?
You can leave her to me, don't worry. Erica's family, remember? My mom's not gonna do anything to harm her. You, however, are practically not even human to her. If you stay there any longer, there's no telling what my mom would be willing to do to you, so I want you to get away from that house as quickly as possible, okay?
No way! I can't leave our daughter alone with that psycho woman. I'm not leaving until I know for sure that Erica is safe.
Megan, please, I'm begging you to trust me. I'm just as worried about Erica as you are, but knowing what I do about my mom, the longer you stay there, the more dangerous it's going to get for both Erica and you. You know I would never do anything to put Erica or you in harm's way, so please just trust me and head over to my lawyer's office. He'll explain everything once you get there.
All right, Kurt, I trust you. I'll go to your lawyer's office right away. I'm sorry for getting angry at you. You're right. You're just as afraid for Erica as I am. I should have trusted you more.
You don't need to apologize for anything, Megan. You didn't do anything wrong. On the contrary, I should be apologizing to you for letting things with my mom get this out of hand. I should have made my move sooner. I won't let any harm come to Erica, believe me. Just give me a little bit of time and I'll have everything worked out. Mom, I just heard from Megan that you took Erica to your house. You do realize how serious what you've done is, don't you?
Kurt, wonderful timing. That awful woman finally drove away just a few moments ago. She was standing at my front door, shouting at the top of her lungs and ringing the doorbell for what felt like forever. I was so terrified, I was just about to call the police and have her arrested. What is wrong with that woman? Is she there with you? Are you safe? If she was willing to try and kidnap my granddaughter, who's to say what she'd try and do to you? Don't worry, Kurt. You don't have to be afraid of her anymore. You can move back in with me. We'll be a family again, just the three of us. I'll protect you from her.
Actually, Mom, I was just about to come home to see you right now. Once I get there, though, I'd like you to come to my lawyer's office with me.
What? Your lawyer? Whatever for, dear?
Well, let's just say it's something that involves Megan, me, and you. Megan's gonna be there, and I really need you to be there with me. It's something that I can't do without you.
You mean... Oh, Kurt, are you really going to divorce her? Oh, thank heavens! I've been waiting for years for this day to come. We'll finally be rid of that awful harpy.
Yeah, we definitely will be rid of an awful harpy.
Where is this lawyer's office, dear?
I'll tell you what, Mom, it's a special occasion, so I'll come by and pick you up personally. Oh, and I'd also like Erica to come with us, so bring her out to the car with you.
Ah, right you are. I'm sure poor little Erica would love to see the moment she's finally freed from that awful woman's clutches. You vile, pernicious shrew! You manipulative, deceptive, impertinent succubus! You tricked my Kurt! You turned him against me! I did no such thing! Everything that Kurt did today was of his own free will! Now, let me remind you of the promises you made to us today. You will never approach Erica without our express permission ever again. You will never interfere in our marriage again. And you will never come within 50 yards of our home ever again. You signed a contract with those terms, and it is legally binding, so never contact me again. And the same goes for Kurt. He wants you out of his life completely. Lies. Awful lies. Kurt would never say such a thing. You made him do this. My boy is so kind and gentle and loving. The only possible explanation for all this is that he's too afraid to stand up to you. You're delusional if you really think that. In any case, we read the contract to you. You said that you understand and accept the terms. You signed the contract, it was notarized, and now you're legally prohibited from intruding into our lives. And Kurt signed them too, so that includes him. I won't stand for this. I will find some way to overturn that silly little agreement. Wake up, Glenda! Don't you realize how much your constant meddling in our affairs has hurt Kurt? You have this thing about blood relatives. I get that. But if that's the case, then why in the world won't you listen to what Kurt is telling you? All you're doing is making one excuse after another to manipulate your last remaining family members into doing your bidding. I won't allow you to hurt my husband or daughter any more than you already have. Shut up, you impudent little brat. You're the one who's hurting them, not me. Don't think you've heard the last of me. I'll find a way to undo your brainwashing if it's the last thing I do. Glenda, you signed a legally binding agreement with real consequences for breaking it. If you have any sense in you, then you'll simply give up and live out the rest of your life quietly. You think I care at all about that thing you forced me to sign? I sure hope you do. Well, I don't. All that is some scrap paper. I ripped up my own copy the second I left that office. I'm Erica's grandmother and Kurt's mother. I have a God-given right to have them in my life. Not anymore, you don't. You really are a vicious, putrid, slimy fiend, Megan. You've ripped my only son and granddaughter away from me. I'll make you pay for this. If you violate the agreement, you're the one who's going to pay. We went out of our way to include a clause saying that we will allow you to see Erica occasionally if you adhere to the other terms. But for now, we need to put some distance in between us. Darling, I was wondering when you would send me my money for this month. I'm a bit short on cash at the moment. Oh, and make sure the money you send me comes from your paycheck, not that woman's. You're free to do whatever you want with your money, aren't you? That's not interfering in your marriage. I'm still keeping the terms of that stupid agreement.
We discussed this yesterday, Mom. I'm sending you a flat amount of money each month and it's not going to change. Now don't ever ask me about money again. This conversation is over.
How can you be so cold to your own mother? After all the trouble I went through to raise you by myself, now you're willing to go crawl in a hole somewhere and die. Is that it?
I said no such thing. All I'm saying is that you need to understand that I'm not a child anymore, and I won't have you interfering in my life. Why do you always have to make a big deal out of things like that? I want to live my own life, Mom. That's all I've ever wanted. Is that so hard for you to accept?
Your own life? That's not what you're doing. You're walking away from your responsibilities. What did I do to deserve to have all the men in my life betray me? Your father was a terrible man who abandoned me, and now you've turned out just like him.
I'm not abandoning you. Stop blowing things out of proportion. You know that I care about you. But I have a wife and daughter right now. My number one priority is to see to it that their needs are met. Don't you see? I'm your son, but that's not all I am. I'm a father, husband, and breadwinner.
You call yourself a father? Don't be ridiculous. What makes you think you can be a father? No man who would turn his back on his own mother could ever become a good parent. Have you no shame? Have you no filial piety? You've spent far too much around that woman. She's corrupted you. You're now just as lowly and vile as she is. I didn't raise you to turn your back on your family. Her influence is what did that to you.
Mom, please, I'm begging you. Let it go. Let me go.
I won't let you go until I fix the damage that she did to you. You've been brainwashed. You might not care about family, but I still do. I'm your mother. You're my son, and it is my sacred duty to protect you. Kurt, are you okay? You looked really upset when you left for work this morning.
I can't take this anymore.
What's wrong?
It's my mom. She's been messaging me hundreds of times every single day. I keep telling myself that I can ignore them, that I shouldn't bother myself with reading them, but I just can't help it. I'm sorry, Megan. I don't know what to do with her. It's not that I want to abandon her entirely. I just want her to give us some space. Every day I tell myself that I should just block her number and move on, but I can't. I know that I'll only make myself feel worse if I read her messages, but I can't help myself. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Oh, Kurt, I'm so sorry for what you're going through, but it's not your fault. You don't need to beat yourself up like this.
Then what am I supposed to do, huh? Do you have any idea how hard it is to deal with an overbearing parent?
Kurt, please don't get angry at me.
I'm sorry, Megan. God, what's wrong with me? This isn't your fault. I shouldn't be angry at you. Maybe my mom was right about me. Maybe I'm just walking away from my responsibilities. Maybe I am a terrible man, just like my father. I can't take care of my mom, and now here I am blowing up at my own wife because of my failures.
Listen to me, Kurt. You are not like your father. You are a good, responsible, reliable man doing the best you can for your family.
Am I really?
Yes, Kurt. Believe me, you are. We've been together for how many years now? I've seen how much you care about me, about Erica, and yes, even about your mom. I love you, and there's not a thing that could change that. Erica, too. You know how much of a daddy's girl she is. She's worried about you, you know? She can tell something is bothering you. Earlier this morning, she said she wanted to go to Daddy's work. When I asked her why, she said it was because Daddy needs a big hug.
Oh, man. Even Erica's worried about me. I'm so sorry. I'll bet she's still broken up about the summer vacation thing. She was really looking forward to it.
Hey, Kurt, I've been thinking about something for a while. I can't shake the feeling that your devotion to your family comes from essentially the same place as your mom's. But you channel your devotion in a positive way, while she just obsesses over being in control of everything. That means that there's something, some sort of trigger that resulted in your mom becoming the way she is.
Like what? You mean her divorce or her parents' divorce or both?
No, I think it must be something else. I mean, divorces are more common than ever, but people like your mom are still thankfully few and far between. So if we could find out what that something else is, then maybe we could get through to her.
I think I follow you, but what are we gonna do about it? How are we gonna find what that something else is?
I don't know, but I think we owe it to ourselves, Erica, and your mom to do what we can to find out. You thought you were gonna lock me up, did you? Well, you've got another thing coming. I won't let you throw me into the loony bin. Now let me speak to Kurt. Glenda, where in the world are you? We got a call from the hospital saying you had disappeared from your room. The whole building is on lockdown looking for you. You need to come out of hiding right now. Not a chance. If I do that, then your thugs will lock me up for sure. They're not going to lock you up, Glenda. They're going to help you. I don't need whatever help those thugs want to give me. I want out of here. I want to go home. You can't go home. This is an involuntary commitment. You can't do this to me. Yes, Glenda, we can. You might not realize it, but you're sick and you need help. You've needed help for some time, but you've never gotten it, which is why things have gotten this bad. I don't need any help, especially not from you. I'm fine. I'm not crazy. Glenda, you've been hospitalized in a psychiatric clinic before, haven't you? What? We found your family, Glenda. Your parents passed away quite some time ago, but your younger sister is still alive and well. She told us the truth about you and your early life. Your parents never divorced. They stayed together and loved each other to the very end. You, however, were nothing but trouble starting in your teenage years, which, in retrospect, could probably be chalked up to your undiagnosed mental illness. You refused to believe that you were the problem, so you conveniently altered your memories to justify your behavior. In your mind, you didn't alienate your family, they alienated you. You weren't the one fighting with your parents, they were fighting with each other. It's all in your head though, none of that is true. Nonsense, you're trying to confuse me. I know my parents got divorced. Don't you get it? I went to your childhood home. Your sister still lives there. I know everything, Glenda. All of your bizarre behavior is the result of your mental illness. Your obsession with family, the way you treat me as an outsider, the time when you actually kidnapped Erica, your mental illness explains everything. Shut your filthy mouth. I'm not sick. I'm not crazy. I'm not going to any hospital. I just told you, you don't have a say in the matter. You're being involuntarily committed. We went through the entire legal process, and the judge gave the order just yesterday. So please, Glenda, please just give up. Please let us get you the help you need. Never. I'll find some way to escape, I swear. No, Glenda, I don't think you will. Oh, and what makes you say that? Because while I've been talking to you by text like this, you haven't been moving, have you? And at the same time, the hospital security staff has been frantically looking through security camera footage to track your movements. The security staff know where you are, and they're going to come and get you soon. So please, Glenda, don't put up a fight. It's only going to make things worse for you. They're not going to hurt you. They just want to help you. I don't need your help. I'm fine. People who are fine don't invent false memories from their childhood, and they certainly don't kidnap their own grandchildren. You need to accept reality, Glenda. If you don't, then you're going to end up losing the family that you claim to hold so dear. Please, I'm begging you, get the help that you desperately need. Hey, Kurt, is everything okay with your mom? You told me earlier that the hospital asked you to come and speak with them today.
Yeah, I just got done talking with them. They're saying that she's being moved into the closed psych ward.
Oh no, what happened?
I guess she's been making escape attempts every single day for the past week, and each time's more desperate than the last. Yesterday was the worst yet. I guess she actually ended up hurting one of the security guards. So it's for the best for my mom's own safety as well as the other patients and staff that she be isolated, at least for the time being. And in order to do that, they needed consent from her next of kin, meaning me. I feel so guilty. I should have noticed that something was off way sooner. Then I could have gotten her the help she needed before things got out of hand. What kind of son am I? I'm the only family she has left in this world, and I still couldn't do anything to protect her.
No, Kurt, I feel like this was the inevitable outcome.
Really? Why do you say that?
Because it's like you said, you're the only family she has. There's no one closer to her than you. And if you still couldn't tell that she was ill, despite all the time you've spent with her, then there's simply no way you could have known. Plus, her behavior up until now wasn't really crazy, was it? Frankly, she was just like any other overbearing mother out there.
But how can you say that so definitively?
Wait a second, didn't I tell you what I did before we got married? I was a nurse in a psychiatric hospital myself.
Wait, really? You never told me that.
Well, I was always planning to quit once we got married, so I guess I never had the opportunity to talk about it. But yeah, back when I worked there, I would see a lot of family members coming in who were in your exact same position. No one ever wants to believe that their family members are undiagnosed. Even if it becomes obvious they can't make decisions for themselves anymore, it's still really difficult to have them committed. Sure, just like any other disease, it's for the best if you can catch it as early as possible, but this is the real world we're living in. It's impossible to figure these sort of things out early enough to make a difference, so you don't need to beat yourself up like this. All that you can do is make the best decisions you can in the present based on what your mom needs the most. And that's exactly what you did. You don't need to feel bad about anything. If anything, you should be proud of yourself for doing the right thing.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Megan.
You're a good son, a good man, a good husband, and a good father, Kurt. Whenever you're feeling down, you can always lean on me. I'll be there for you.
Hey, Megan, I just went and saw my mom, and you wouldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't believe it. She was doing better than I've ever seen her before. She was perfectly calm and just, normal. We had a nice conversation even.
Wow, that's incredible. I'm so happy for you, Kurt. To be perfectly honest, when the clinic called and said that they thought she could be moved to the regular ward, I had my doubts.
Yeah, me too. I was sure that the second I walked in the door, she'd start shouting at me like, "How dare you lock me up in here?" But no, she said that she's perfectly happy there and feeling better than she has in years. It felt really great to see her doing so well. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff. Man, I don't even remember the last time that me and my mom just sat down and talked like a normal mother and son. I'm so grateful to all the staff at that clinic. They're all incredible people. Maybe this means that we'll be able to become a normal family?
It'll take time, I'm sure, but if you don't give up and keep on doing what you're doing, then there's a good chance we can. It worked for me anyway.
Huh? What do you mean?
There's another thing I haven't told you about my past. My father was physically abusive. So once I turned 18, I left home and swore that I'd never speak to him again. But I could never put him totally out of my mind. I was angry at him for how he treated me, furious even, but he was still my father. When I reached out to him a while back, he apologized to me and told me that he was a changed man. I still go to see him about once a month now, and we're getting along really well.
Wow. I had no idea about that. I mean, I knew that your parents had divorced, but I never knew the reason for it.
And that's a big reason why I wanted to do everything I could to support you in dealing with your mom. You know, with family, it's not like you're supposed to be there right next to each other all the time. I'd say one of the best things about family is the fact that even when there's distance in between you, the love and respect you have for each other never fades away. I have faith that you and your mom are going to find some way to have a healthy relationship, and I'll be there all the way to support you however I can.
Thank you, Megan. Really, I can't thank you enough, and also I'm really, really sorry.
Sorry for what?
You know, during the whole summer vacation debacle when I got angry at you and told you how you couldn't possibly understand how I feel? I had no idea about your past when I said that. It must have really hurt you.
I don't resent you at all for that, Kurt. I never told you about it. How could you possibly have known? And you kind of did have a point. My problem with my dad wasn't excessive, obsessive love. It was the exact opposite. So I honestly didn't really know how you felt.
You know, every single day I wake up and find a new reason to be glad I have a woman like you for a wife.
I feel the same way about you, Kurt.
And I get what you said about family still being family, even if we're far apart. But I don't want you or Erica to ever get too far away from me, okay?
Okay, don't worry, I won't leave you. But try not to be too overprotective when Erica brings her first boyfriend by the house, okay? Glenda's condition continued to improve, and so she was moved out of the psychiatric hospital into an ordinary assisted living facility. Even though it was because of her illness, I'm still kind of uneasy about getting close to her again. But no matter what differences she and I may have, she's still Erica's grandmother, and I can't keep her away from Erica forever. For now, Kurt and Erica are going to visit her once a month without me. I think that's for the best. I do, however, hope that Glenda is able to live out her days in peace and comfort. I can tell that his mom's improvement has been an incredible relief for Kurt. You can see it in the way he carries himself. It's like a massive weight has been lifted off of his shoulders. I have no doubt that we'll face new family problems as our lives go on and Erica gets older. But I'm equally sure that as long as Kurt, Erica, and I stick together, then there's nothing that we can't overcome.